Welcome everybody to the sportiest stream. How are you all doing here tonight? We've got some incredible amateur gaming league action here. And joining me is the wonderful Ajax888. Welcome in, Ajax. How are you doing tonight?
I am doing great. I'm ready for some great Rocket League. Are you?
Of course. You know you can never have too much Rocket League here, and we've got one series night, but it is playoff action. And Ajax, I'm sure you've probably heard about this beforehand as well, but we're gonna go through this playoff bracket. Two teams: Total Control Esports Purple, AOE Spark. Playoff action. It's the round of 16. It's a best of 5. Winner moves on to the quarterfinals. Loser, it has to see their season end very quickly. This is a huge match for both these teams just to get themselves into the playoffs, because playoffs means a lot here, and generally speaking, you want to get yourself off to the best start you possibly can.
Absolutely. And AOE Spark knows that they are the huge underdog. They are not expected to win, which means they have no pressure on them. They are going to be coming into this with a fire. Total Control Esports Purple might think they have an easy game. They might think they have an easy draw. But I don't think that AOE is going to let them have it for free.
Yeah, but I believe, and I did take a look at the Total Control Esports Twitter account. It turns out I think these teams did play in the regular season. Back on, and then they made they talked about it about a month ago, and they played, and it looks of it, last time these two teams met, it was a sweep for Total Control. They swept their opponents 3-0, with a lot of goals as well being scored from both these teams. So a lot of goals coming through. It's gonna make things as Santamic with the raid. Thank you, Santamic. My goodness, how you doing? Welcome in. How's your stream there, Santamic? Thank you for showing your support. Let's get that shout out going for you. There we go. Go show Santamic some love. Again, thank you for the raid there, my friend. As again, we're going to be taking a look at these two teams here. Total Control Esports Purple, who have had an incredible season so far. I've seen them play. These guys are the real deal. Against AOE Spark. Spark coming in as heavy underdogs. They have a lot of work to do.
And it's not really a surprise that it was a sweep earlier in the season. But again, this is the playoffs. None of that past matters. All that matters is how these people are playing today, right now, this hour. It all comes down to this. Win, move on, lose, and go home. You can't get more exciting than that.
And what's crazy is, we know who they're going to play against. Winner of this, it doesn't get much easier for them. They have to play Valhalla Deathwish next week, and I will say this, I have seen Deathwish a lot. They're good. They're a good team. When you get into the top 8, you got to play against some pretty good teams. We've only seen, I think, one upset so far in these playoffs brackets. Tells you just how this first round has been going. Not only upset being the Nobu Specials beating var equals null. So, again, we've seen only one upset so far, but with a lot of matches getting close. We've seen 2 Game 5s, but for Deathwish, they swept their opponents. So, again, winner of this will be playing Deathwish next round. And, again, you want to be as prepared as possible. This is a match that carries a lot of weight in it, and you gotta be able to show up in the playoffs, because ultimately, if you don't show up in the playoffs, it's almost as if your regular season does not matter. Essentially, it really doesn't, because it's just really where you can make a name for yourself as a team, as a player, as an org.
Absolutely. And you mentioned Nobu Specials, and they have been around forever. So to take them out of the equation is absolutely insane.
No, they won.
Oh, they won. Okay,
they won. They were the underdogs in their matchup.
Well, I'm happy for them. They're a great org that has been just around forever. I remember them from their IGL days, and I don't think they're going anywhere. So they're going to be a monolith in this bracket, and probably just a buzzsaw.
Well, you say that, and yet again, they're the underdog. They're coming into the first round as underdogs. So there's a lot of good teams in AGL. There's a lot of really good teams in AGL. I like them too, but I think for Nobu Specials, this is going to be a tough run for them, personally. But we're not talking about their run. They're on the other side of the bracket. The only way these teams could meet them would be in the finals. And so, again, on the other side of the bracket, both these teams coming in, Total Control Esports Purple are the 2nd seed. They have ended off their season with a record of 5-1. AOE Spark 2-4. It's a little different between these teams. They both have some pretty strong results, and so I expect that we're going to see some good matchups, some good results. But we need to see who will come today prepared, and well, sure, maybe. Oh, did I make EU? Apparently, the team saying I made EU servers.
Oh.
Yeah, you know why? Because I had an EU match yesterday for AGL. That's why it's European servers. Let me fix that, guys. Yeah, it's because yesterday I had an EU AGL match, so I've got to change that. There we go. We're back in. Everything's fixed. Oh, I got you guys. As again, these are going to be best of fives, and with it being best of fives, these can go very quickly. Every game is just so much more important.
Absolutely, and you know, later in the tournament, I assume you will get some more best of sevens. But again, this I feel like best of five really favors the underdog. Oftentimes, the upper dog, that's not a term, but I'm gonna make it one. They come in and maybe they're sleeping, maybe they're not warmed up properly, and they get off to a slow start. The underdogs can take it early on. In best of seven, that's a lot harder to do because you have to keep that momentum the entire time. So I do think that this format favors the underdog when compared to you know, the overdog.
Yes, again. You can probably join my party match. Oh wait, I didn't invite you to my party. That's interesting. Nope. There you go. Now you're in. Totally prepared. So.
Professional level stream.
I can tell you who's who though in this matchup. By the way, we have Spirits Reign is in TTV Tantamic, which is, by the way, that's Mr. Meow. If that helps you out. We also have Karm, which is Karma, and we have Dragon King, which I believe is King Draco. And they have. I think that is Slideways, who is Lazy 24D. So we got some interesting in-game names here, but we'll be going by the name that they are listed as officially on AGL here. I know it's going to be a little confusing, but that's how this works here in the stream. We're going to go by the AGL names, so we'll try to help remind you all as much as possible who is who here in this matchup. As now, I was waiting on Total Control Esports Purple, which, by the way, I've seen this team before. I don't believe their in-game names are any different from the names that they are listed as. So.
Well, that's good because I'm not going to be able to remember their AGL names in the heat of the battle.
You're gonna have to like write down who is who here. So Santamic is Mr. Meow, and
I'm gonna just go to like my sheet in the middle, like when someone's scoring a goal. I'm just gonna read off of a piece of paper.
Go by. There you go.
Entirely scripted. This entire thing is scripted.
And again, I'm excited for this. I really am. Again, best of five here is. You might want to actually get a pen and paper out here, maybe, and just write down the names.
Got my pencil.
Yeah,
don't
actually
really have any paper near me, so.
TTV Santamic is Mr. Meow. If you're able to write that down.
Oh, I can't. No, I'll just infinite memory here.
He's got the memory. All right then. Maybe he's gonna pick up like a Google document on his phone here and just use that instead. That's all right. But again, we're gonna get into this match very soon. As soon as we get everybody in. But I heard from Karma, AOE Karma, that, or as you can call them, Karm, they go by both names, is that Mr. Meow, Spirits, and King Draco, I think, are the starters for this series.
Excellent. That's a really solid starting lineup. You want to play, of course, your best people in these playoffs, as you know. It doesn't get any easier. The playoffs start, and it just gets harder from here. These lower teams, they can really bring the fire. They have much more to play for.
It's playoffs. It's playoffs. Anything can happen. There's a lot of pressure.
Exactly. And
pressure can really mount on these on some teams with certain playstyles. We'll see how Total Control Purple plays, but seeing how they play, they're still I still consider them the heavy favorites. There's no way they aren't the favorites in this matchup. I think with their playstyle, they still can do pretty well with this pressure.
I'm gonna be real. I kind of want an upset right here. I'm going to be as impartial as possible, but at the same time, I would be so hype if there was an upset here. No offense to any fans of Purple in the chat, but, you know, can't lie.
An upset's always fun. We haven't had a crazy upset on the stream in a while, so that would be really interesting. As we are just waiting for Total Control here. As, again... 1 second. I gotta message both these teams.
Of course. So in chat, how is everyone's day going? Who is the chat supporting? Type whoever you want to win in chat right here. I know
we have a prediction. You know what you just reminded me? Need to get a prediction poll.
Oh, yeah. I know that Zach is probably rooting for Spark.
Well, Zach is one of the players of Valhalla, Death Wish, which we just talked about. So
probably rooting for Spark. Just a quick assumption.
I mean, he did say let's go Spark. So we got some teams here and some players bringing in their biases. I always love to see it. Once again, we're trying to get everybody in here. As I think we're gonna see if we can make some more room here in this lobby, because we do have AOE bringing in their whole roster.
Oof.
Yeah, they got all 5 of those players in there.
Dang.
A lot of space taken up. We'll see if okay, we'll see if we can get total control. But they are here. And they did just message me.
Lost connection.
Someone
left because
that is Slideways who just lost connection. As the okay, so we're getting a message here from Alt Power Manpro, the captain of Total Control. They need a couple minutes with some tech issues.
Okay, I'm chill here. TK only loss was against my team. Oh, so you know exactly how to beat them. You should be coaching AOE right now.
You're telling Zach to help an opponent's team here? That's interesting choice. Again, we're gonna go out of the game here because we do not have any updates from them. It's gonna take us a couple minutes anyways before we get total control in. They're a little late, but we can wait for that. They have up to 50 minutes past match start time, and they'll be within like 7 minutes, so there's no problems with that. We can wait for them. I know AOE Spark can wait for them as well. As again, Ajax, this is a interesting matchup. Really, it is playoffs. Playoffs are so unique, and I know I keep mentioning it, but playoffs bring it can bring the best out of teams, it can bring the worst out of teams, and it really is tough to decide how to play in a playoff situation. It's really tough because different playstyles can do well. It's really based on just mentality. What team has a good mentality here? It doesn't matter what playstyle you have. For sure, certain playstyles can do really well under pressure, but if you don't have that mentality, it's not going to work. So, again, we're going to see what these teams have, what kind of aggression, what kind of pressure they bring to their opponents.
I know from personal experience that the playoff is a whole different beast. And my team's always played really well in the regular season, and then we decided that we didn't really want it in the playoffs. We decided to lose, and that strategy is not going to work for either of these teams. I think that they are going to be bringing very different strategies from me into this, and yeah, we've said it already. They both really want this. I can tell. And best of 5 going to be super stressful. Jitters, they're going to have to get the jitters out first game and take it.
Again, as we are just waiting for these teams here. Again, we had some tech issues with total control. They should be here in any moment. There's your soda. You did say you're going to get a soda at some point, and there you go. There's the soda coming out to show.
Cheers.
We're not sponsored. No sponsorships here. Not yet, at least. Maybe they gotta sponsor me though. What brand soda is that again?
I am on a quest to get a soda company to send me free soda because they do sponsor someone that
I've heard of a lot of like energy, like gaming energy drinks do that. So maybe get one of those with maybe get one of those energy drinks to sponsor you. They might give you some free stuff. Who knows?
I would love that.
Me too. Although I'm not really an energy drink person. Although I must say I do like Gatorade. Oh, no, I actually prefer like root beer lemonades.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's completely fair. I love
and Gatorade. I like Gatorade.
For me, Gatorade and like Powerade, those are so much better than like Monster and Prime, because Monster and Prime.
Well, we've lost those sponsorship opportunities. Thanks, man.
Yeah,
just had to say that. Now we won't get sponsored by those companies. How could you?
Damn it. Well, did you really want like Prime to sponsor you? I think you dodged a bullet there. You're welcome. But yeah, they're like too sweet in my opinion. I'm just saying. I don't really like them that much. But you know, it is what it is. A lot of people like them, and to each their own.
Oh wait, there they are.
Hey.
I didn't even know that. They didn't say anything to me. We got Funk, we got Damalair, and we got Alt Power Man Pro. I know, a very long name. That is a tongue twister. But we'll get into it here. Let's get into this best of 5. I know we've been keeping people waiting here talking about energy drinks, but we have a playoff series to go. The round of 16. 2 teams have both come in. It is Total Control Esports Purple, the 2nd seed, one of the most dominant teams in this group, against AOE Spark, a team still trying to find their footing, trying to find some wins. They've only gotten 2 this regular season, and here now in the playoffs, everything can change for these teams. It's Total Control on the blue, and it is AOE on the orange. Here we go, best of 5. Ajax, this series is going to be telling on how these teams come out as 6 seconds in, All Power Man Pro trying to lead his team to victory.
And that was just off the kickoff. Beautiful textbook. All three of them were involved in that play at some point. The beautiful win of the kickoff. Generally, you want to lose the kickoff to try and lose it to your teammate, but this is another strategy where just destroy them and get an immediate kickoff goal, and we're gonna see another one right back at them. A bit of karma, if I do say so myself. A massive win, as I said, on kickoff, and that will just be a very fortunate touch off the ceiling and just go straight in.
Unfortunate, but maybe then again, you talked about those kickoffs, and I think we wanted to get like Exhibit A here of our demonstration why winning a kickoff is actually sometimes a good thing. But no, as we're talking about here, King Draco with the clear. And All Power, the light touch in front. Damalair will get the clear away. Total Control. Right now, a team that, staying true to their name, are a team that is very good at keeping control. They love to dominate their opponents when it comes to that midfield pressure. And that's something that they're going to try to use here against AOE as Frunk. Light touch out, All Power with the clear. King Draco's missed. Spirit's gonna get back. That one wide. Here comes Mr. Meow, and he'll save it on Damalair. And the pressure coming from Total Control, but they do sit away here. All Power. No shot here. King Draco. Dunked by Damalair. The pressure coming from Total Control Purple, and you can see just how they're working the field here against AOE. They're making them turn. They're making them really second-guess themselves on every single play. Pinch in field. Frunk wants it. Tucks it under the bar. Here we go. The lead back in favor of Total Control Purple.
And they are really showing why they have the better record in these playoffs. They have had dominant pressure, barring that fluke kickoff goal from AOE. That was just kind of lucky. And even with the ping, they're having some ping issues with both Damalair and Alt having a little bit of ping and lag. They're still having completely dominating offense. They have been pushing back AOE. They have had no opportunities that have been sustained, of course, other than the goal that they did get.
Yeah, that one was just straight off the kickoff. It was a weird fluky goal. For AOE Spark, they're going to need to do a little more in getting goals just like that. They need to prove that the goals they can get are some that they can repeat. A weird goal like that off the kickoff is not something that you generally see teams score often. So we need to see something that they can create. As that touch there from Mao going straight to Damalair. That makes it 3. Total Control Esports Purple add another.
And I don't really know what the intention was with that pass off the sidewall from Santa. It just seemed a little bit weird. He had a light touch off the side. It looked like he was trying to get someone mid, but there was just no one mid except for the opponent, and they're not going to miss that opportunity. That's a beautiful opportunity, and they'll capitalize. Yeah,
Mr. Meow, well, he did raid the stream right before it started. That touch from him there will be one that he will not want to go back and watch over again, as... What a good touch there from All Power. Damalair all the back. Well, King Draco doesn't read it. Damalair wants it again. Well, that one will get through him. Frunk off the sidewall. Second touch. Total Control. In front from All Power. Still there. Keeping it close. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. That one to the corner. But Total Control Purple taking Total Control. As All Power Avro in front. Damalair wants it. Fake on Spirits. Frunk. Transition the field. Shot near post. King Draco will keep that one out. And the offense still mounting. Damalair wants a 4th. He's got it. Damalair scores again. Total Control Esports Purple just continue to score whenever, however.
And I really do think that AOE needs to clean up their defense. They've had a lot of opportunities to get big clears down the field, but their rotations have really just been cutting them off. They've been trying to get these big clears, but they just keep double committing and triple committing and missing the ball. They need to really step up their defensive game if they want to have any opportunity whatsoever.
Yeah, but they also need to get to the midfield at the first place. They haven't really gotten any pressure in offense. Sure, they've scored, but that wasn't because of pressure. That was because of a weird kickoff play that, I mean, it's just, you don't see that happen often. What a pass from Funk. Oh, but Damalair will block his own teammate's shot. Now miss from All Power Man Pro. Wait a second, open backfield. Spirits wants it. And then Mr. Meow scores another goal for the team in orange. This one is, well, maybe some chance here for AOE Spark. Or at least maybe a spark to get them going. As Mr. Meow gets that one. It's all come off of a whiff. Sure, a mistake, but they need goals like that. They just need something here to get their momentum back to where it should be.
if you're a Total Control fan, you don't really have to be too worried about that. That was a little bit. I felt like that was a little bit of another one of those small mistake fluke goals almost. It's not going to happen too much, or hopefully it won't happen too much for them. And you still have a 2-goal lead, so you're still fine. You don't really have to be too worried. On the other hand, you can't just get too cocky either. You can't start pushing up way too much and giving these free backfields to AOE.
Yeah, but AOE Spark here, maybe. Some offense here after that last goal. They're trying to find more. Inside the final 90 seconds, Damalair wants a fifth. In front for Frunk. Frunk, strong touch, but Mr. Meow gets there. AOE Spark. Cleared away, but stopped by Outpower Man Pro. Incoming King Draco will save. Frunk off the back wall. And just look at the pressure this team here from Total Control is asking of. Look at what they make their opponents do on defense. They're just running laps around AOE Spark. There is nothing that is stopping them from getting the offense, except maybe that touch there from Dominic as it goes all the way back, and now maybe some offense for AOE Spark. Mr. Meow, a couple touches there off the corner, but no one coming in pursuit. Everybody's sitting back here for AOE. And if they're giving this kind of space to Total Control Esports Purple, no surprise while they'll get a 5th goal here. All Power Man Pro scores his 2nd. And all the space given to them, they'll make the most of it. Total Control Purple scores again.
And all of these touches for AOE are going to waste because they have no one to follow up their touches. They're giving, as you said, so much control of the ball and of the midfield to Total Control. Pun very much intended.
Oh, I made that pun too,
They're
don't
just
worry.
taking complete advantage of it. It's a 3-goal lead, and it feels like even more.
It does. I mean, look at all the offense they're getting. And reminders, they started off even more dominantly in this game. They've only just lowered the pressure because they don't need to score. Is that one though? Wait a second, Mr. Meow saved by Frunk. And all power will this one away. Maybe a rare overcome hits here from Total Control, but they are a team that does make mistakes. They are a team that will make errors. Right now, they haven't really been forced into any egregious misplays, and so far they have not had too much to worry about here in Game 1, as they'll be starting this series, their playoff run, positively and taking the first game of this best of 5.
And in dominant fashion, too, they get the Spain. It was just showing utter domination. That was not even close. It didn't feel close. There was nothing about that that made it seem like it was a close game. And I don't know what to think for if you're AOE. You need to clean some stuff up. Total Control, you can just see the utter domination, especially with the rotations. Their rotations were so much cleaner. They got back. They were able to keep pushing because they just had this circle of rotation that every touch was being followed up by another teammate. They didn't really give any space to AOE, and AOE needs to take a page from that book and try and do the same thing. We have a couple.
I think they're making some subs here.
Yeah,
I think they're making some subs in this game because Karma's here. I know their whole roster is here, by the way, so we'll see if they make any change-ups, because that first game was one that they're not going to be very pleased with. They're going to want some change-ups, as, again, either that or they're making some preset changes, which is also pretty fair. Again, this game has not been pretty for them. Again, they're making some adjustments, making some changes here as we go to Game 2. We'll be waiting for them to get their full roster into the lobby. Unless, again, there's Mr. Meow. He's back in. Karm is also here. We'll see who they play as. Again, they don't have their full roster, I don't think, here yet. We'll be waiting to see who they choose to play. After, again, what a tough loss for them. Just waiting for their adjustments, their change-ups.
And I'm not in their call, but I can assume that it all comes down to comms. They must be not really very vocal with their comms. That often leads to these awkward situations where you have honestly not very good rotations. You have these overcommits and no one back, and these times where you just give them too much space. And really the first step to cleaning up your rotations and trying to get back in this game is going to be with those comms, trying to get a lot more vocal, get a lot more hype, because a lot of the time it's very easy to lose hype, especially when you lose in that kind of fashion. They need to keep their motivation up, and they need to keep playing hard. They still have a great opportunity. This was only game 1, and as we get into game number 2, we'll see if they can turn it around.
Well, they have made a sub. Slideways is coming in. He is also known as you can see, LZY. Right there, he's going by Slideways as maybe that can change things up here for AOE, change up their plans, because again, game 1 did not work well for them. They'll be happy to maybe make some adjustments in this game, and I can see why they do it as well. Just gotta change something. It's one of the easiest ways to do it. Is that one miss from Karm? Real chance there, open net. Just needed to put it in, but it wasn't enough. And already we're starting to see maybe a change of pace here from this side. They want to make some adjustments, and they are definitely trying their hardest to do so.
And right off the bat, they had some sustained pressure that was really good that we didn't really see from the first game. All their pressure from the first game came from just breakaways and mistouches by their opponents. But this time, it seems like they have these rotations. They maybe talked about it in the minute off, and they decided that they're going to come out swinging. They're going to have these tight rotations, and they're pushing back.
Yeah, they really are. Is now in front. Oh, Slideways almost had that one. He was so close to it. Again, coming in, subbing out King Draco. Or is it Spirits? Wait a second. Arms also win. King Draco and Spirits both got subbed out here. Again, 2 changes actually made by this team. I didn't even realize that Karma also subbed themselves in as well. So, again, a lot of changes. Really unhappy with game 1, but right now in game 2 starting off to be a pretty even overall. But once one goes in, I think we're gonna start to see things start to open up between both these teams.
That was a bit of an opportunity for AOE Spark. There, the purple double committed there and left the net relatively open. Just one person trying to race back into net, but they really couldn't get anything going. The demo from purple really came out, and that's something that we have not seen anything of in the first game and the first part of the second game, of this physicality. I really want to see more physicality as a massive miss comes out. AOE Karm is there to pick it up. But yeah, there needs to be a couple more bumps and demos, opening up this a couple of opportunities. On top of that, bumps and demos can really be great for the mental game. As we see right there, they are in our call. They are listening to me, and it is working. They relieve some pressure there, but they get it right back.
What a pass! Oh, Karm will score! Slideways with the assist. What an incredible start here. The first goal goes to AOE. They needed that. They really did.
Yeah, and this is utter domination as we saw from purple in the first game, but just flipped on its head. We're just seeing them keep the ball on their offensive half and not let any pressure go the other way. They are stopping everything at the midfield, keeping all the shots on net. That is a shot on target from AOE Karm, and that will make it a 2-0 lead, a complete change from game 1.
Yeah, it is, as All Power wanted the back pass there, Funk, but he's got to be a little more direct with that play. Too slow, too obvious. Karm will intercept, and it's a little bit of a lackadaisical play here from Total Control. In game 1, they'd have free range to that whenever they want to. Now in game 2, we're seeing Karm really just implant themselves, put them where they need to be here. As Funk, over the pass, Domelaire can't put it on, but it is a chance here for Total Control, as this game, a little more quiet than the last one, in trying to make those adjustments to this newer roster coming out against them from Spark. Funk wants it. Mr. Meow off the corner. As no one in the midfield. Oh, and a miss from Karm. Wait a second. Meow's got some space here. Domelaire will challenge. Still, Mr. Meow trying to push it in front. Got the pinch, but it will go wide. Mr. Meow trying to dribble around the whole defense of Total Control Purple, and really, they almost did. There was just no one there to pass forward to. As Domelaire, dribble, saved by Karm. Funk gets to it, but bumped away. Slideways. And look at this kind of aggression here from this new AOE Spark team. They have something. They have a point to prove here against Total Control, and they're definitely doing it in game 2. They're giving them something to think about here in this best of 5. They're giving Total Control Purple something to worry about. Game 1 was pretty easy for Purple, but game 2, the exact opposite. Purple is getting rushed on all sides here. They are not getting that same level of space, same level of pressure, and they're gonna have to adapt to it pretty quickly.
When you're up, you have really 2 options of how to proceed. You either go really defensive and try and just hold on to the lead, or you can keep trying to just build on the lead. And we are really seeing what they are bringing out right here, as they have had nothing but offense. They really are throwing the kitchen sink at the net, even though they are up, and it is working so well. Sometimes the best defense is a good offense.
It is really. They haven't had to go back to their back line in a very long time. As Karm, wait a second, going! Oh, it's off the crossbar from Karm. Here comes Slideways. That one's wide. But just more time being taken off that clock here. All Power Man Pro realizing that his team has had 0 goals so far this game, having scored 5 last game for this team. And they really need some shots as Damalaire. What a pass from Frank. Damalaire will score. 14 seconds remaining. There's still hope in game 2 for Total Control.
That was a really nice shot. We see this a lot in RLCS right now. So Fran faked the touch up high, and Damalaire just came out of nowhere and slammed that into the back of the net. And that works so well because you got that little fake out, you got that little shot, and it works every single time. They're too focused on the first man. They don't pay attention to the second man. A big attack coming out at 0 seconds. It's still up, and AOE Karm is going to be able to put that on the ground, and AOE Spark is going to be able to take the series tie.
Yeah, they'll tie the series up. It was a little tense in those final seconds. Total Control mounts in an attack, and it almost worked, but it almost doesn't matter in this game. Game 2 will go to AOE Spark. This is actually a pretty close series now with these substitutions having been made by Spark. We're going to be seeing, I think, both rosters keeping the same players for the time being here again. What a response from Spark. They needed to get offense. They needed to be a little more aggressive. They needed to start cutting down that space that Total Control were being given, and they've done that well in Game 2. Now, going to Game 3, Ajax, we'll be seeing both these teams. There we go. A very noticeable nudge there, just to make sure we get into Game 3 here. Both these teams have a game for themselves, but winner of this will take match point. It's a big match here, Game 3. So important to dictate who will be with the advantage for the rest of the series.
And one thing I want to speak on that we saw from last game is AOE Karm getting subbed in and absolutely taking the pitch by Storm. AOE Karm had 5 shots and 2 goals. That is an incredibly good shot percentage, and also just a ton of shots being put on. And they really came in here and took the game by the horns and decided that they wanted to be the one to put their team out front.
I mean, that is a captain's job, but now they gotta make a save for all power.
Oh, no.
Going off the back, follow up, and that is why that was the chance that they should have scored on here for Total Control. The net was asking to be shot on, and they missed it wide up. They had the opportunity, and they squandered it. Total Control Purple will want to have that one replayed because that was one they know they probably should have scored. Still pushing. Karn will stop Damalaire through that. Damalaire on one, off the back wall. All power man throw! And there they go. They get it. Sure, they missed their first opportunity, but when the second one came, they made sure to not make the same mistake.
And earlier in that sequence, we see the best defender in Rocket League, both the backboard and the post, always work together to somehow save all of my shots. I don't know how they do it, but I swear it's the best defender in Rocket League. There is no better, and AOE Spark need to find a response, and that is not a good way to start off Game 3.
It isn't, but we know that these teams can come back, although so far we haven't seen the full comeback made, but here comes Karm. 1-on-1, what's it? Back post, Damalaire on no boost gets to that one. Holy, the defense being put in here a lot of times. We've seen that last man really getting tested. Frunk now, be in, backfield is open. Damalaire will get to it in time though. Total Control Purple and rest easy, but again, a lot of reliance from both these teams on that last person back to waste out time, to let their teammates come in to attack. They're both pushing up so aggressively that that defense is starting to kind of unravel, but both of them happy to take those risks. They want those risks. They want those chances. They come to their doorstep as all power up the sidewall, looking in field. Frunk waiting. Frunk will shoot it. No, he's wide. Still maybe second touch, but he's only been able to take the boost instead. As Mr. Meow now, we have space, all power. Bumped into that touch. Sideways. Moving off the sidewall. Sideways. Funk will get there and cutting off each other's chances. As Damalaire with space, but challenged by Karm. AOE Spark haven't scored yet, but really with their persistence in this midfield, at some point the chances will come to them. At some point the chances will present themselves, and honestly, they've looked pretty good at being lethal in those opportunities. But we had to see them get those chances at the first. Sideways. Anvil, an awkward bounce on the ceiling. All Power's missed it. So has Frunk. Back post. Who's there for AOE Spark? But Damalaire is just waiting. No one will challenge. And he'll have his time, but he doesn't use it well. AOE Spark still, again, persisting. Everything that Total Control of Esports Purple have is getting challenged.
And that's a nice opportunity. That's going to be shot on, but it is saved away by Alt Power, who was in the right place at the right time. AOE Karm trying to force that one in, but it will also be saved away. A couple of great opportunities just were saved away. Kind of unlucky. They seem to force them right into the defenders. Not the greatest quality shot, but really good opportunities nonetheless.
I see this one trying to be cleared away. Dunk play here. Spark, Karm trying to lead their team to victory. They scored twice last game. Haven't been able to score this time, but Slideways. What a shot! That will go in from Slideways. AOE Spark spot the opening in the midfield, and they will take it. It's open. It's there. It's Slideways to find it, and he'll fit it in between both defenders.
This is an excellent game. We see a lot more defensive defensive stops coming out, a lot more than the last couple of games. The last couple of games have been a little bit lackluster on defense, but this game we've seen a lot of great defensive stands, a lot of great opportunities on on offense for both of these teams, but they've always been shut down except for one from either side.
Well, at some point, that will be made too. We'll see if it is done in regulation. AOE Spark looking like the more likely team here to take that lead. With just, again, the offense, they just keep challenging, they keep putting plays on that target, whereas Total Control Purple, they are second best to a lot of these challenges. As that one, wait, meow off the back wall.
No.
Domolair will clear. Spark still looking, it's Karm now. All power. Shot from Slideways, Frunk. Oh, he's a stone gold! Oh no! It goes the back wall, and it's going to be Frunk. Where's the trapdoor when you need it? Because that one, Frunk's just put it in his own nets. That one is going to sting.
And that tragedy strikes for Frunk. They're tied up as 1 minute approaches. That is not what you want to see. And almost a kickoff goal. A nice shot by AOE Karm. But they will have to shake that one off. That is something that is very unfortunate. Santa is going to give the gift of a 2-goal lead to AOE Spark. A beautiful shot of a popping variety, and that will put them in the lead by 2.
Santamic also has Mr. Meow. His AGL name is Mr. Meow. Again, what a good way here. Getting some insurance. They needed that insurance here. And for being heavy underdogs, they really aren't looking like it anymore. But that one, all power. I just cursed them, didn't I? Because it's all power right off a kickoff. 46 seconds remaining. And there's a lot of time left as Mr. Meow, he scored the goal on one end. This time, though, he'll be the one to concede as that one, he needs to make those touches off the back wall. That's a huge error that cannot be made by a player of his caliber. As now, Total Control, maybe a chance to tie things up. Karm looking for the double tap, won't get to it as bouncing in front, Slideways, shot on. Frunk doesn't get to it. It's Slideways the score. Pinball game from Total Control Purple in the end of their own nets, and that one will find its way to Slideways. Two players, I think it was Alt Power and Frunk, both collided into each other with that ball and is given right to Slideways' front bumper, and that one is put on net with pace.
And a couple of these goals we've seen from AOE Spark, have been coming off of shots that have just hung in front of net. No one's been able to get a touch. They're bouncing and right back at them. Domolair is going to cut that lead in half and get their third goal of the game. But as I was saying, a lot of these shots have been coming off of bouncing shots in front of net that just no one has gotten to, except for AOE Spark, who has just put them in, and that has gotten them the lead. Let's see if they can hold it.
Oh, Power Man Pro, flick over one, going in front, saved on the line there by Mr. Meow. Huge defensive stand, and now Total Control have to reset. All Power, sidewall, misses the second touch, so does Mr. Meow. Karm treble trying to secure it, that one's on, pinched away. Now Total Control have to go the length of the field. That one going, Mr. Meow off the sidewall. Zevo seconds, Domolair alive, in front, shot, scores! It's Domolair on Zevo seconds, and game 3 will go to an overtime.
And that is absolutely tragic by AOE Karm. AOE Karm needs to be making those kinds of saves. That was not a tough shot by any measure. The only thing I can think as he got thrown off by the corner, but that is just something you're going to have to save if you want to progress in this game, and that is absolutely tragedy that struck from
but it's
AOE.
It's still overtime. It's still anybody's game. Reminder, winner of this will take match points. Will only be one game away from getting to the quarterfinals. Karm, shot! Damalair blocks it. It's kept out. Total Control, need to get out of defense quickly. Damalair, dribble, Damalair going. Saved by Mr. Meow as he puts in that challenge. Over 30 seconds in, and so far, this game, this overtime, so frenetic. We've been seeing a lot of goals near the end here, as both these teams finding ways to break through. Slideways to the corner. Frunk holding close. Frunk off the side, in front, all power on. Not on target, though. Mr. Meow will get to it. And Total Control Purple, though, with offense. Damalair. Midfield, but no one waiting for Total Control. It's Karm with the ball. Not an early challenge. Here comes all power. Damalair on Slideways. Gets demoed. Front last one back. Gets the 50. Slideways had no boost. And now, wait a second. In front, full power. Karm is waiting. So much offense, but what will break through? Damalair waiting. A chance. He's hit it wide of the net. That one was right in front of that goal. And you know, for this AOE team, they saw the light flash before their eyes. Follow up off the crossbar from Mr. Meow. Defensive stand over and over again. These teams will not break. In front, all power, cleared by Mr. Meow.
And this is the longest stretch, I'm pretty sure, of the entire game where no one has scored. That just shows you the insane offense that we have seen from both of these teams so far. And right now, we're seeing no different from Total. Oh, and Total Control is going to put it away. I have jinxed the entire game, and they will take it almost 2 minutes into overtime with a beautiful shot from Damalair.
And once again, it's up to Karm to make those touches, and once again, Karm falling just short. Total Control Purple now can win the series in Game 4 and advance to the quarterfinals. Only one game away, but that overtime, that was quite something. A 0-second goal, and they capitalize on the chance. Total Control Purple are proving to you what they're made of, what they have in store. Reminder, winner of this will be playing Valhalla Deathwish next week. A huge result here for both these teams. Whoever can take this game, it's just every game is becoming more and more important. For AOE Spark, it is must-win territory.
And I believe we're having a interesting choice. Damalair did leave the match. I'm not sure if that means that they're going to be subbing him out. I would be a little bit surprised if they are, because Damalair has been very, very solid for Total
Wait a second. They need a restart. That's what they're doing. They need a lobby restart. So we're going to do a quick lobby restart. Damalair had some tech issues. Yeah, I was going to say, that's a very surprising situation. It's because he had some tech issues. We'll be resetting the lobby for both of them. But again, Ajax, this series, holy, that Game 3 was quite intense, wasn't it?
It really was, and that was the closest game we have really seen all day, or all series. It was just incredible.
Wait, how are you party leader? Can you make me party leader? How are you party leader?
Oh wait, yeah, that's a good point. Oh yeah, because you never invited me to party.
Oh, yeah, I'll make you party leader.
A little bit betrayed by that, but
yeah, don't worry. He's over here. You're right there.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, we are going to get back into the match. We are waiting on the teams to join up, as they are joining up right as I say that. And we are going to get back into game number 4. And we have a chance for a really kind of quick series. Total Control have a chance to take it in 4. They're going to be, of course, looking to do that. AOE Spark now need to win 2 in a row if they want to move on. Total Control is really not going to want that to happen.
But of course, no subs being made, no changes. Both these teams are confident these rosters are what is going to win it. For Total Control, all they need is one game. Damalair early starts, and that one will be perfect for Total Control Purple. Exactly what they needed.
And Damalair again being the clutch player for Total Control. Total Control has looked to Damalair again and again to make these defensive stops and to win in these clutch moments to get them the lead. And this is a really good start for Total Control. And AOE might be scratching their head thinking, what are we going to do about Damalair?
Well, for AOE Spark, they need to get that offense. They need, Game 2 was a perfect game for them. And to see them do some of the same again, just especially need to stop Domler's dribbles. Once he gets those dribbles, he is really tough to stop. As that one pinched away, and now Mr. Meow has it. Wants to dribble. Frunk dunked by Mr. Meow. Maybe looking infield. Frunk jumping, but wait a second. First is sideways. That one stopped by Frunk. But again, look at this. Here comes the aggression from AOE Spark. I mean, they're not giving up. They know what's on the line. They know that their season is now put to the test. Everything they know. Open net. Wait a second. Miss. Sideways. And that will go in. How in the world? The ball just laid right in front of the nets. And Sideways was first to it. It felt like it took an eternity before he got that shot.
I don't know what happened to the defense of Total Control. I wonder if they got a little bit too comfortable with their 1-0 lead. And just like that, it's gone. That was in front of the net, as you said, for way too long. They needed to get a clear on that, and they just could not find one. And that's going to tie up the game.
Whiffs like that can really hurt a team here as Sideways down the field. Frunk. Maybe more offense. Carm. Maybe. But that's wide alt power. Waits for it, and now he can get through Mr. Meow, but Mr. Meow got the dunk. Frunk, miss! Wait a second, Sideways, in front! Who's up first? It'll be All Power Man Pro. And you'll get this one away. Total Control Purple will breathe a sigh of relief. No one from Spark was near that play. As now they look for the pass. Oh! It's Domelair again! A perfect infield pass. They've done it over and over and over again to the same results. They always find the way through.
And that is as upper 90 as you could ask for. Domelair finding the one place where the defender could not save that. There was a defender in net, and they were really, really close. But upper 90, you're not getting that. No chance.
I thought for a second All Power was going to get that double tap there. Domelair, bench in front. Frunk to make it free. Back post and out. He was nearly there, but nearly is just a little ways away. No follow-up game, and now it's Spark trying to tie it up. Carm, quick shot, All Power, awkward, still, who's got it? It's Frunk to clear, and now Sideways, overcommit for AOE Spark, bounces good for Domelair, but Mr. Meow gets to it in time, and the defense staying strong for AOE Spark, but you can just see how antsy they are to get upfield. They need that offense, and they want that offense.
I don't know what happened there. They had so many opportunities. Two of their players could have gotten great shots right on target there, and it was a really good opportunity, maybe the best that they're going to get, but they just could not find a touch. They didn't even get a little bit of one, and it's going to most likely come back to haunt them, as that is the little offense that they have gotten this entire game. Total Control has been controlling the entire offensive half, as, well, pun very much intended. And a couple of overcommits from AOE have, really killed their defense.
Yeah, but I mean, look at these saves. They're keeping Total Control away here. But, I mean, look at Dama. He is always that biggest threat for this Total Control team, at least in this game. But now the play will go against Domelair and Total Control. Mr. Meow, dunk on All Power. Harm, dribble, flick, maybe. Back post, it's wide, but the follow-up won't be in time. Now Sideways here. He is from the midfield. You see more people commit here from this side here in AOE. It just feels like they don't ever have two players up at the same time. And that's going to be a bit painful for them. They need to get up a little more aggression. Sideways. That's awkward for Frunk. Wait a second, off the back wall. This Mao shot back in! And it's tied at 2!
With 1:30 left, both of these teams are going to be searching for the next goal for very different reasons. AOE to just hold on to at least one more game in this series and in their season, while Total Control is just trying to get an early night. They just want to end this and go hang out, maybe play some ranked, maybe go into free play, do whatever they want, but they're trying to knock AOE out, and AOE is trying to say, nah, that's not happening so easily.
And it might be one mistake that seals this game. Next goal could be the go-ahead goal, as that one, All Power, keeps it out. Domelair stops moving over there. That might be a little worrying here for Total Control, as we're waiting to see if Domelair can reconnect. There he is, he's back. Total Control not going to be worried about that, as now in front, maybe. And Mr. Meow doesn't get close to that one. Frunk will get the clear. And now it's up to AOE to play some defense. This situation is one that is not one that they want to be in. As sideways, down the field, all power, first to it, Meow, to the corner, Mr. Meow, maybe, pass, in, Meow, dunk, goal! It is now the lead for AOE!
And what a possession for Santa, I am just saying. He got a couple of touches off the wall. That is a really, really awkward to especially get from the corner. That's almost an impossible shot. And the fact that they got it around the defender and got another touch on top of that to get their team out in front, that is absolutely clutch and absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah, but they've led. But this is very similar to Game 3, a 1-goal lead late in a game that is so important. Last game, they weren't able to hold that lead. This game, they're hoping it's a bit different. They're looking to Game 5. They're looking at Champions Field, but a huge error. Domelaire looking to counter in front. Where's the shot? No one there. Domelaire with one touch too many. Still, pass for Frank. Looking downfield, all power, off the back, in front. Domelaire! He's hit it wide, and that one still kept up. Who's going for total control? Won't be able to keep it up for longer. It's AOE Spark, we're going to Champions Field!
And AOE dodged a massive bullet in Domelaire. Domelaire almost played for the other team there. He tried for the shot, but he was just off to the side. He had a great opportunity there. And just a little bit earlier, he had a massive opportunity, but he got a touch around his teammate that was going for the shot, and he just could not put it in. And that is a couple of missed opportunities that will come back to haunt Total Control. Total Control wanted to end it in 4, but they're going to have to take it in 5 if they want to continue.
And this is where the pressure starts mounting. This is where we ready up for Game 5, where both teams are all ready up for Game 5. This decides the series. This decides who goes to the quarterfinals and who sees an early exit from the playoffs. Ajax, this series could be is everything we wanted. It's absolute insanity, and honestly, it's anybody's to take here as we go to the do or die end of the series. My goodness, this has been such an incredible matchup. AOE Spark, Total Control Purple, throwing everything they have now. One more game to give their last bit of hope. This is where only one team will be able to move on.
And Total Control definitely came in here. I have no doubt in my mind that they did not expect this kind of pressure and this well played from AOE. Sorry, my bad. AOE Esports. And they're just showing why the underdogs are not necessarily out in the beginning.
Yeah, but who will score first? Karm, miss, in front, wait a second, that one's wide from all power. Karm the other way, Funk's facing back, makes the save. Early offense from both these teams. Who wants to score first? It's both of these teams, but no one able to get this the strike yet. Here comes all power, back pass, looking, shot! It's all power and throw, and first strike go, the Total Control Purple.
And I don't know what happened to Santa there. Santa turned the wrong way, so just could not get back to it. AOE Karm tried to get back to it in time, but just couldn't, as that shot was placed so nicely back post, and there's no getting back to that if you are Karm.
But they have come back before. Slideways wants it. Domelaire. Wait, that's not a good touch. Oh, and a team bump will kick the ball away. And look at the nerves here from Total Control. They are not happy to be on defense. They want that one out. And players flying everywhere. Funk will end up with it, but his touch only goes to sideways past the Karm. Domelaire will intercept, but it's still offense. AOE Spark. All power. Leaving it close. A trip will come in here from Total Control, and you can just see their defense, they're nervous. Meow, in front, looking, it's Karm who can't put it on target as a player was there. And Total Control Purple still hold the lead, but now they need to hold the line on defense. Karm, shot, it's wide, Domelaire will collect. Purple, utilizing that clear game, they don't want any pressure on them, but the thing about the clears is, it means that they're going to get pressure against them as that one. Almost a chance it was waiting in front on net for AOE. They just haven't been able to find the shot that goes on targets. In front, all power clears. Attack from Mr. Meow. All power. Sidewall, Domelaire in front, looking, maybe, miss, but it won't be a goal here for them as that one cleared away. Frunk has a huge whiff, and Right now, this game is really back and forth. This one kind of even, but so far it's still a 1-goal lead here from Total Control Purple. AOE Spark just haven't been able to get their shooting up to that level that needs to be, and maybe Ajax is the pressure getting them, but that one, oh, what a save. It's kept wide. AOE Spark, that's been their best chance so far.
And I really think that I don't know. I feel like AOE has just been a little bit too panicked. What a save there. Have been very panicked with their clears, with their shots. They haven't really taken great possession in a hot minute, and all of these rotations that we've been seeing the last couple of games have kind of dissipated, and they are making me eat my words as Santa is going to give them the gift of a tied game in game number 5 with a beautiful 50 in the net, powering through Frunk.
Call him Santamic, call him Mr. Meow, whatever name you go by, whatever name you choose, he's here to tie it up. We're about halfway through game 5, and you know, these games generally start low scoring, Ajax, but as time goes on, we see more and more goals. I would love to see if that happens again here, as Damalair, probably the team's best striker here for Total Control Purple. 0 goals so far, but he's still a threat in that backfield. Watch out, as what a clear there from Mr. Meow. That is a powerful touch from him. He really wants his team here, sideways, in front, yeah, Karma! Oh, it's wide off the post. So close for AOE Spark, but again, look at this. Their shots starting to go on target, and now Total Control Purple have something to worry about.
We've seen a lot of great pressure from both AOE and Total Control. AOE seem to be taking it a little bit slower, taking it a little bit more controlled ever since they got the lead, or they got the tie back. And now it seems that Total Control is kind of playing a little bit too panicked. They saw their lead dissipate, and now all of a sudden they're in huge danger here. They've had they've had to have a lot of defensive stands and a lot of great shots on target. That's just off the backboard, and a great save by Alt Power. And it's just looking kind of inevitable that AOE is going to score.
You say that, and yet it's game 5, it's playoffs, anything can happen. We've seen crazy things in this series before. Ooh, it's really anybody's game, but as you said again, Spark looking like the team that is just wants it a little bit more right now. We're heading nearer and nearer to those final 60 seconds of regulation. Overtime potentially looming, but Frunk infield stopped by Mr. Meow. Team bump here, all power, not a lot of boost, fake 50 on slideways. Gonna waste some time for his teammates. Frunk now gets through that challenge. Frunk still trying to push here against Mr. Meow to the corner, trying to bump him off. But Mr. Meow gets there, and he's got a lot of boost to dribble this one out. Damalair waiting. He will win it. Karm backwards away. Sideways gets the clear. Good defense. Perfect defense from AOE Spark. As now, oh no, a team bump. And it's all power Manpro to help his teammate out there and prevent that mistake from being anything worse. Damalair, dribble, going all by himself, one-man army, in front for Frog! 2-1!
Wow, and that was absolutely relentless from both. They both had so many great opportunities. It just was Frunk that put it through off the pass from Damalair. Damalair set that up, and it just looked so beautiful. The defense to the offense, the transition was beautiful. On the other hand, AOE had a couple of really good missed opportunities that I do think that this game could go either way still.
It is, but you know, one more goal for Total Control could end it. Frunk wants it back and in. It's Frunk. It's insurance with 11 seconds left. Total Control Purple may have just punched their ticket to the quarterfinals.
And I cast or cursed that entire game now, as they will make me eat my words. I don't think there's much of a chance, barring an absolute miracle. AOE needs some fast pressure, and they need an immediate goal, which is not looking very likely, as time will run out. Total Control Esports will take the round of 16 and will move on to the round of 8.
The quarterfinals, they have a date with Valhalla Deathwish. They've just taken on AOE Spark, but my goodness, that was a little too close for their liking, going to Game 5, but still, they proved it, and honestly, it came down to Game 3. Game 3, that overtime, was what separated them. They needed that Game 3 win, they got it. What a huge result for Total Control Purple. Just, goodness, that was exciting. You know, coming from a lower seeded team as an AOE Spark, no one thought they had no chance. There was no one that thought they would have had that. And yet they almost did it. They went to game 5. They really gave Total Control Purple something to think about. And they almost were able to knock out the 2nd seed.
And that would have been absolutely a hype. But Total Control is showing why they are that 2nd seed. They had the ice in the end, and they took it in convincing fashion at the very end. I mean, it was a little bit doubtful that they would take it, but Total Control had it all the way, let's be honest.
They did, but I don't think it was that confident. I don't think it was nearly that confident from them. My goodness, that one was intense. That was, and I'm happy to have you here with me, Ajax. That series couldn't have been any more hype. I have not seen a series that insane for a while now. Going all the way to game 5, to a game 5, but was so close for so long. And it comes down to a couple goals from Frunk. It comes down to a couple good plays. Domelair was incredible. Mr. Meow was in there. Karm was a huge aggressor for AOE Spark. There are so many big names, and unfortunately, only one of these two teams can progress through. I'd love to see both of them into the quarterfinals. They both have proven to me that they deserve it, but it won't happen here, as only one team will make that job known. We'll take a look at that playoff bracket here and things that have changed. They'll be playing Valhalla Deathwish in their next round of action. That will be next week. Another best of 5 by the looks of it. And, I have got a message from All Power Manfro. They want an interview, so we're going to get them an interview here, Ajax. It's, again, what a series. I feel like we have to talk with these guys.
And again, they're going to be they're going to be facing another underdog that did sweep Violet Phoenix, so it's going to be a very tough match.
Hey, they're going to be going up against another Lucy team, but honestly, that doesn't matter in the playoffs. That really doesn't. It does not matter. But as we've seen today, it does not matter as. Well, it'll come in. Alt Power Manfro, congratulations on the win. Game 5 Fanatics series. How are you feeling, man? You get your win in the round of 16.
Okay, this is like the craziest game we have ever hit since we play Valhalla Deathwish, I think.
Next round, you do play Valhalla.
Well, we will be practicing and we will beat them this time.
Well, and again. If it helps you anyway, Zack Attack is in this Twitch chat, so he is hearing that. So everything you say, he'll pick up on.
Okay. Well, see ya, Dr. Zack. I will beat you this time. Well, we have our rematch. We're 1-1. Remember that.
And I just want to get inside your head. What was going through your mind when you guys got the 0-second goal? That was incredible.
Okay, I was just behind, just for making confidence with my teammates because Dami is a really good player. I'm not in my head right now, but Dami is a really nice player. He is my right hand, and he just carries us these games.
Yeah, his shooting was insane. That overtime win as well, separating it. But tell me about it. Going into Game 5, was there anything that you guys told each other? Was there a game plan going into that final game? Game 5, what your game plan is so important, especially in a series where it's either move on or go home. Now in game, again, tell me, what would you guys talk to each other about as a team before that final game of the series?
I was telling the guys that Frank is like a more passive player, so he can stay more in the back. And Dami and I are really aggressive players. So Dami took all the offense, and I was just like in the middle of everything.
Yeah, going to game number 2, I believe it was. Did you get a little bit too comfortable, do you think? And did you expect them to almost roll over? And how did you pull it back?
Yeah, we already played against our Spark the second week, I think, from the rounds. And we know that they were a really good team. And I was really scared about this game because it's a bye week. So if you lost, you're out.
Yeah, of course. As, again, now, next week you go against Valhalla Deathwish, a huge matchup, insane action. Again, you got to prepare for that match. But before you do leave us here in this interview, first of all, congratulations on your win. That was one of the best series I've seen in a long time. And second of all, you know that kind of the tradition on this stream. Whenever someone wins and they go in for an interview, we always got to give them a shout out section. So now, it's your time to shout out whoever you want. Is there anybody out there that you want to shout out here now that you've got this one, now that you're here on the stream to say it?
What I can shout out?
Yeah, you can shout out. You can shout out anybody, really.
Well, TK champion again.
Hey, He's there for total control. He wants that win so badly. And again, you're now one step closer to it. Again, congratulations, Alt Power Man Pro and Total Control Esports Purple. Have an amazing rest of the nights, and hopefully I'll get to see you guys next week against Valhalla Deathwish.
Congrats.
Yeah, I will contact you, Sporty.
Sounds great. Again, congratulations. Have an amazing rest of your night.
Yeah, GG's, and thanks for casting the games.
Of course, says Ajax. My goodness, what a win there for Total Control Purple. What a matchup, what a results. And honestly, I'm happy that I got to share those with you because this was insane. This was an incredible matchup. As a follow coming in from TK Gold Kiwi. Thank you for the follow. And again, a win for Total Control Purple. Do you have any final things you want to say, Ajax, to the stream?
No, that was a great game, and thank you all for coming out and supporting your respective teams and just being great.
It has been insane. What a matchup. What a result. But that is it from us, from me, from Ajax888, who is my co-caster again. Shoutouts to you, my friend, for your supports. It has been an incredible matchup indeed, as that will be it from us. What a series, and again, what a matchup, what a day of action. Sure, it's only one series, but that one is one to remember. And again, thank you all so much. Make sure, Ajax, make sure you tell everybody to have a great day.
Peace.
Again, everybody, take care. Have an amazing rest of your day and an even better night. Thank you all so much for joining this Sporty stream, and I'll see you guys very, very soon.